All right, friends, it's T-Man. We are back again with a Blaha video. We're going to react to the gym lifting recruiting fitness gear slave himself, Jason Blaha. Blaha says fad diets are rooted in mental illness. Well, then stop behaving that way.
Just eat clean and healthy and avoid all these silly fad diets. Hey, everybody.
Yes, what is clean and healthy then? Let's find out. What Blaha has on his mind, what is clean and healthy? I'd love to know.
It's Jason Blaha here. I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this today.
Most likely it has nothing to do with something that's natural, that's for sure.
But a quick reminder, if you guys would please click like down below, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you are not following and subscribed, please do so. And if you would be so kind as to drop me a comment down below, that would also be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Let's get over to the topic. All right, guys, the fad diets have to stop. What are the examples of common, really popular fad diets? Going extreme keto, vegan diets, raw food diets, carnivore. Carnivore currently being the worst, most dangerous, stupid, problematic out of everything that's out there.
I love this. Carnivore diet. There's no such thing as carnivore diet. Humans are carnivores, and anything you eat outside of that is considered, well, you could call it diet. It's really, in science, they call it a behavior. You're behaving abnormal. Like cows, they eat grass, right? I guess that would be the most craziest and dumb thing, too, for cows to be eating grass, right? Yeah, they should be eating unnatural things in their diet, like grains and corn and all these other weird chemicals and shit that they feed them, these poor animals. So then you get inoculated. Here, I'm going to prove to you you're an unnatural animal, and that this so-called carnivore, you are a carnivore animal. And anything you're eating outside of that is causing you these metabolic disturbances and diseases. And so one of the things that they do when you're a child, they give you booster shots and polio shots and these inoculations. Why do they give that to you? So that you can suppress these diseases. Okay, where are these diseases coming from? Well, they're not coming from the meat products. They're really coming from where? They could possibly come from the meat products. Well, if the animal eats something that's unnatural, I don't know exactly. Okay, it's a possibility. But the majority of it is coming from where? Plants. Plants, which are toxic. They cause all these problems in your body, these disturbances, because they're not natural for humans to consume. You're tolerating them, but they're not natural for you to consume. Just like cows, they're tolerating these grains and stuff, but they're not natural. That's why these diseases, they break out with mad cow disease and all kinds of weird diseases, and it affects them and their health. They get dysbiosis. The dysbiosis is passed on to you. A whole bunch of stuff. There you go. It's kind of obvious on the face of it, but Blaha doesn't have a brain because he has such a high IQ. He has such a high IQ, he cannot figure that out. Amazing, isn't it?
A wacky, crazy diet that...
Yeah, wacky, crazy. Just like he doesn't know the difference between concentric and eccentric, what the fuck it does, because he has such a high IQ. Get it, bro? That's the reason. These high IQ people, they're so intelligent, they don't know the difference between these fucking things.
Rejects all modern science, and the entire premise of it is that the Illuminati or some sort of space reptiles
who?
Have a giant conspiracy to kill everybody with bad nutrition information, and therefore...
That's not what they're saying.
Have a giant conspiracy to kill everybody with bad nutrition information, and therefore...
That's not what they're saying. That's not what they're saying. Your tap water has been reused a billion, gazillion times. I don't even know. It's astronomical. The number is astronomical. I don't know how many times your tap water has been reused and recycled, reused, whatever. Your toilet water. And so they put chlorine and fluoride in it. Do you think that's normal? Do you think that's healthy for you? Here, I have a question for you. If you've been drinking tap water for the longest time, what would you feel like if you started actually drinking real spring water? Like mineral water, groundwater, spring water. What and how would you feel? replace that. Plus, you're showering in it. You're showering in this tap water. Your body's absorbing these chemicals. Not only are you drinking them, but they're being absorbed through your skin. So, I mean, you can use a filter. I have a 20-layer filter on my shower if I have to take a shower. But even that's not natural for you to keep taking showers. But those chemicals will age your skin for sure on the outside. You know, your skin is there to protect you, but whatever. You get the idea, man. You know what I mean? Like, just everything. He says, oh, a conspiracy to poison. It's not a conspiracy. Farming is not a natural thing that humans do. We are hunters. We are not farmers. The fact that we're farming is actually insane, but whatever. I bet you Blaha, he thinks this is normal, him lifting weights in a garage. This is abnormal behavior. To lift weights is abnormal behavior. And if you can't see that, then there's obviously something wrong with you mentally to not understand that. See what I mean? As a human, this isn't normal behavior to be lifting man-made weight in a fucking garage. So who's really got the high IQ, huh? Yeah.
For vegetables and fruits and all the stuff that we know from thousands and thousands.
Vegetables are fruits that we've known for thousands and thousands of years. Those fruits and vegetables are engineered. They cannot be found in nature. Christ, man. There is no fucking Walmart out there, Blaha. Wake up. I know. It's the high IQ again. That's why.
To studies for generations, being absurdly healthy, reducing all-cause mortality, expending.
For generations, it's been known to cause this to be healthy. Yeah, that's why we're all suffering from all kinds of bullshit. Here's the thing. All I eat is animal products, but I've shifted a lot to eating fish because I'm trying to reduce the problems that they cause you. In other words, the animal eats something unnatural, plus they're being inoculated. They're being given fucking antibiotics and stuff like that. And all of that is being passed on to you. So I'm trying to eliminate a lot of that. So I try to eat more wild fish or wild seafood. And I try to eat less now meat and more seafood. Because it's as natural as I can get it. Plus, I drink spring water. I don't drink tap water. And I have a 20-layer filter on my shower. And all my taps are filtered. Everything in my home is filtered. The point is, I try to limit or stay away from these things that will cause you these problems. That's the idea. It really is just elimination. But Blaha, he's not gonna tell you that. Well, we're trying to eliminate these problems. Well, they'll tell you, I feel 1,000,000 times better eating animal products and fish than I ever did eating plants. That's why I'm not on TRT and Blaha's on TRT, because they're so healthy for you. That's why Blaha looks the way he does, because it's healthy for you. See what I mean? This is all healthy for you. You get it? This lifestyle is healthy for you. Imprisoning yourself in a garage, that's high IQ, bro. That's high IQ. And having a shitty YouTube channel, pumping out 4 or 5 crazy videos a day, and being a lifting slave in a garage, eating tofu and slave food diet. That is high IQ. See?
Extending life is all wrong out of all these countries that have done it. This is what you're dealing with. And that the worst foods for us, based upon the data for inflammation, atherosclerosis and stuff, are really what you should be eating. It's almost like that diet is a conspiracy theory to kill people. All right. It's almost as if...
Yeah, okay.
So it's funded by a certain industry that would have...
He just told you, inflammation, causing all these problems, whatever. But the people want to convince you that these diets are bad for you. Hello, you just mentioned all the problems that they just cause? Okay, high IQ.
Financial interest in people eating tons and tons of red meat and bacon and butter. I wonder what interests you.
There's nothing wrong. I like bacon. I like butter. And I like meat products. I think they're amazing, man. I think yesterday I was with my friend at the car show. We were going to the classic car show. And we just happened to be, there's a food court there, right? And they didn't really eat anything during the day. So I stopped by, I stopped by this thing. It's called Bourbon. And they have some food there, whatever. They have like, Cajun stuff, like, chicken and beef and whatever. Very little beef, though. There's a stir fry thing there. I don't like it with stir fry. So I had like two types of chicken. They had roast and this other type of chicken in these small cuts. So in a small container, because she kept asking me, what do you want? I go, I just want meat. Okay, she told me it'll cost you 14 for this small container, but she really filled it up high. That's all I ate. And I went to get some mineral water from like the dollar store. I bought my own mineral water. I drank my mineral water. I ate my meat. At least I put the effort into my health. Unlike other people, they don't think about it. They don't care. Let me go eat some arsenic, rice with arsenics, these shitty noodles, these crazy plants with oxalates and shit. You know what I mean? They don't really give a shit about what they put in their body. They don't care. They don't investigate what is going in. Who cares? The only thing they do is complain when it starts to affect them. Don't worry, it'll come for Blaha soon.
That could be. All right, now back over to the point. These diets are all nonsense. They're cults half the time.
Yes, vegan diets and I don't know, all these weird things that they're doing, these so-called diets, they are cults, they are religions. But carnivore is not a religion, it's what you are. Carnivore is what you are. That's what humans are, carnivore. And cows are herbivore, yeah.
Silly nonsense are not based upon reality and the results people really get in the real world. Okay, how do most people with amazing physiques and athletic performance eat? Everybody out here knows. Okay, when you think of, hey, how does a world-class level sprinter eat? How did various...
Look, bro, I have nothing against all plants. I'm not saying that you should stop eating that. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I do what is best for me, and I suggest everybody do what's best for them. But Blaha, he wants to tell you that what is best for you is not best for you. See what I'm trying to explain to you? Then you get these crazy vegan people, these diet people. Then they want to tell natural people what they should be eating or what they shouldn't be doing or whatever, what's best for them. They shouldn't be telling me what is best for me. I know what is best for me. I'll figure it out. Now, until these things start to affect you, you will know what is best for you. If you believe that eating cereal and cornflakes and these fruits and vegetables and pizza and whatever, these weird foods, candy bars, Coca-Cola, if you believe that they're good for you, then continue in that behavior. Until it affects you, see what I mean? Until it affects you, then maybe you may wake up and say, you know what? I don't think this is for me. Just like the vegan compilation. Eventually, it affects all of them, and then they wake up and they say, you know what? I'm no longer vegan. Why? Because it affected me in a bad way. So now they're doing what's best for them, but the vegan cult people like Blaha, they are like, why is this person doing this? Why have you abandoned it? Oh, you weren't doing it properly. No, they were doing everything the way it should be done. The problem is it's not meant for you. And so therefore, it's going to cause you adverse effects. So you need to do what is best for you. See? Yeah.
Boxers and stuff eat, heavyweight boxers who are lean, perform amazing. How do bodybuilders eat? Because the first thing that comes to anybody's mind...
I love this. How do bodybuilders eat? Well, you're trying to build your body. I'm not against complex carbohydrates in the short run, but in the long run, just be aware that it can affect you. That's all. You understand me? Be aware.
A raw food diet, a carnivore diet, a deep keto diet, or a vegan diet. Is that what anybody thinks of with all those groups? No.
No. They started those things because something affected them. And then they were trying to figure out a way out of it. See what I mean? Yeah.
But those are the healthy people. Those are the super fit people. These are the people who are lean. So let's go to the weight loss yet. Well, this diet's helping me get lean. Really? How lean? Have you kept 100% of your muscle? Have you gotten jacked? And have you stripped down to a body fat that's so low that your skin looks like paper? Well, no. So it's not as good as a bodybuilding diet. What?
What are you talking about? Have you gotten down to like a skin level, like paper thin skin? These so-called bodybuilders, they don't have paper thin skin. Have you seen them walking around in the street? What the fuck are you talking about? You don't walk around in competition shape all the time where they compete on the stage. These fake drug addict people. And even these crazy natural people that are trying to mimic drug addicts, cosmetics, people that are on cosmetics are even more mentally ill or sick in their head. You have to be crazy. Just be happy the way you look naturally. But like I said, if you don't like the way you look naturally, then hey, they have these things called drugs. Get it? These cosmetics called steroids. You can go and get some and then use it and take it, okay? And be happy. Like Blaha, he relies on steroids to lift a heavy weight. So he's imprisoned himself in the garage. He takes whatever his steroids to lift a heavy weight consistently to entertain you people out there. Are you entertained?
Okay, see where I'm going? Your athletic performance
Yeah. See where you're going?
through the roof while being lean and jacked? No. Well, how do these people eat?
Is your athletic performance going through the roof if you're lean and jacked? I don't know. I'm lean and jacked. My athletic performance is pretty good, even at my age still today.
They all eat basically clean bro diets. No, seriously, like when you think of most of these people, if most of you had to just make a guess, like if your life was on the line, right, and we were to grab a number of, say, really serious bodybuilders, it doesn't even have to be contest lean, it could even be their off season, right? And you saw them, you saw some world-class sprinters and Olympic-level wrestlers and all these other people. And if you got it wrong, like you took a dozen of them, and they put some sample diets up for you and told you that if you don't pick the one that the most of them are following, we're just going to execute you.
Okay, whatever.
Right? Let's say you're put in that hypothetical scenario. So if you get it wrong, you're pretty much dead. Dead. Painfully. What are you picking? See how easy this becomes? Well, they probably eating like some chicken or steak, a bunch of rice and vegetables. I don't know, maybe some oats or something in there. So, yeah, they probably eat a lot of broccoli and spinach, and they probably eat a lot of rice. Okay? That's probably where your mind would go. Like, you got to pick a group of diets, and you see something like that as an option. Oh, yeah, I got this carnivore, this keto, this vegan diet, whatever, this raw meat, this raw plant. All these different options, and you see, oh, there's a bunch of chicken rice and vegetables, fish rice and vegetables, steak rice and vegetables. Oh, yeah. You get it wrong, you're going to have like a 12-hour-long execution, right? Which one do you picking? See how easy that is when you're put in that situation, guys?
See how he's lifting to shorten his muscles? Consistently shortening them. That's why he's so small. His calves are small. That's why he's not growing. He does the opposite of whatever will make you grow. See, you understand me? That's high IQ right there. High IQ, yeah. We're building muscles. Yeah, sure you are.
See how easy that is?
Yep. See how easy that is.
See, there's no ambiguity about it. You all know the answer. And you all know that in that situation, oh man, I don't want to die an excruciatingly painful death right here in 5 minutes.
I don't want to die an excruciating death right now in 5 minutes. The funny thing is, I'm not dead. I actually look better than I've ever looked before. I think my friend took a photo of me at the car show. I should post that photo. Everybody, you know what the guy told me when I went back there to the mall? Because I got a really nice tan right now because it's summertime. Dude, I got a wicked tan. My hair is really light because of the sun bleaching it. and I just have a wild tan. And the guy said I went to the guest store. We were buying some stuff, me and Peter, my friend. And the guy there that works at the store, he said, "You guys look different." Yeah, because we've been in the sun. That makes us look better. We just look better. I look way better when I'm in the sun. I look like a younger person. I got a lot of vitamin D. But the fact that I've been eating meat products, he goes, "You guys just look different because we've been eating meat products, right? Changing our diet, doing a bunch of stuff. I just look so much better eating animal products and seafood like crazy." See what I mean? So it changes the way you look. You look better and better all the time, the way you're supposed to look. My hormones are working now better. Everything works better. I look so much better. Blaha, he's looking worse and worse all the time.
Right?
That goofy pose.
It's real easy to say, "Oh yeah, chicken, rice, and broccoli. Hell yeah." So why aren't you people eating that way? So why do the people who know that, they all know that, and they follow this other silly stuff? They convince themselves.
This silly exercise is just useless.
Because they're lazy and they just don't want to eat clean. Here's the thing, I've noticed with all these groups, they all still want to eat garbage, right? They want an excuse to pile garbage. "I'm going to eat tons of bacon and butter, carnivore," even though those are not foods that carnivores ever ate, had access to. Because there's all that massive amounts of saturated fat found in the wild. A vegan diet, I'm just going to pretend is to help the plants, but really it's about my own inadequacy and my need to feel superior, and either my own narcissism or sociopathology, and my need to...
That would be Blaha for sure. I guess he's naming himself.
Be morally superior to other people. Because they don't...
That's Blaha, more superior to other people. There's a lot of people like that online. They want to make you think they're superior to you.
Really care about animals. As soon as you show math and logistics, yeah, exactly. Right?
Well, there's some guys like, "Oh, I could skateboard, so I must be more. I could skateboard better than you, so I must be more superior than you." See what I mean? There are things that are superior to each other, but because they practiced at something, they're like, "Well, I'm superior to skateboarding than you." Not necessarily. You haven't practiced at skateboarding. Maybe it's not something you want to do. I don't know. Who cares?
They're mental illnesses. These are people with either serious glutton issues, mental illnesses, because again, they're crazy, really crazy conspiracy theorists where they pull this nonsense. That's all these diets are.
Sure.
Right? It's about people who have no real desire to eat healthy and they want to make excuses. That's all it is. Because put to the test with that other test, every one of those people would pick that. And the vegans know their stupid crap isn't actually healthy. They all know tons of vegans who had to quit doing it for health reasons. They know this. They've been in it any period of time. They've watched it happen. All right. This stuff is all nonsense. Just drop it. You all know it. And every one of you who follow any of those diets who's listening, you know I just called you on it. You may be getting upset, but you know I called you on it. Okay, you're right. I really believe that the ship-shifting reptilian aliens are doing this. I'm kind of crazy. I didn't take my meds. All right. The vegan, okay, yeah, I mean, really, it is about me being righteous and morally superior to other people, and I don't care if I harm my health in the process with a terrible diet, as long as I...
You're listening to a guy on mental disability. That's Blaha. He's on mental disability. You're watching and listening to a guy telling you that you should be doing this and doing that. Meanwhile, he's on mental disability, bro. You understand me, who you're listening to right now? Yeah.
I'm superior. Yeah, okay, you just admit it. The keto people, okay, because I'm a lazy fat glutton and I still want to be able to shovel bacon and butter into my mouth all day and pretend it's healthy and lose weight. Okay, that's all it is, guys.
Sure.
That's all these diets are. That's the mindset of everyone who does them. They're all forms of mental illness. Just eat healthy. Everybody knows how to do this. We know what it is.
Just eat
All right,
healthy.
guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today.
Just eat healthy. Everybody knows what it is. Do you know what it is? If you've been conditioned to eat a certain way and do certain things, do you know? Do you know? You see what I mean? You've been conditioned to go to school, get a job, do all these weird things. See what I mean? You've not been taught to live naturally in nature. You've been conditioned to be a certain way, to believe that this is natural. Living in a city, living this lifestyle, doing whatever it is you're doing is natural. It's unnatural. Look, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to lift weights or go to a gym or play basketball or play sports. I'm not saying these are bad things to drive a car or do anything. I'm just telling you it's unnatural. These are unnatural things. They're not of nature, but they're man-made things. But that doesn't mean that you can't strive to do things that are natural. You understand me? Even if you are living in an unnatural environment, you get the point. But Blaha, he really he's reveling in an unnatural lifestyle. He loves it. He loves to live unnaturally, like completely unnatural. Maybe he loves the consequences too. He loves punishing himself. He loves torturing himself, like be a lifting slave in the garage the rest of his life. Doesn't play any sports, doesn't have any social life. There's no woman, there's no kids. I just don't understand this. There's there's nothing there. There's no children. There's no like relationships or anything or a wife or just nothing. A garage, man-made weights, and these videos, YouTube. I'll see you in the next one, friends. Don't you think about that? Like, subscribe, support the channel. Wow, it's unfortunate for him, man.